Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you? I want to present research results about distribution of players to live preschool children that experience development problem. I am from Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan and I am studying in Universitas 11 Maret Surakarta, Indonesia. Development of preschool children, family dream. Children are the dream of every family, so that their development needs to be considered so that they can development optimally according to the age. Development optimally, preschool children are children aged 3 to 6 years whose development has increased by 80%, which is indicated by the increase in complex structural and functional skill that results in motor, cognitive, language, social, emotional, and self-regulation development. The development of preschool children is a basic milestone that will influence the development of the next child and development in life during adulthood. Some parents do not understand how important the child development is. They assume that as long as the child is not sick, the child will not experience development problems. Preschool who experience developmental delay will find in school 5 to 6 years later. Preschool age is preparation for elementary school, which is a critical period for further development. In developing countries, it is found that out to 2,000 million children, around 38% cannot achieve development according to their age. Statistically, about 5 to 60% of children have development problem, and about 30% to 50% are not identified until school age. An estimate 50 of children in the United States delay in the United States. Several studies report that 20 and 60% of children suffer from development disorder. In Delhi, out of 520 children, 10.6% of children age 5 years experience developmental problem. Based the result of research does the developmental index for children age 36 to 48 months in Thailand in 2050 obtained the total development index of 81.1%. In Indonesia, in 2018, the total developmental index was 88.3%. Based on research conducted by Mafuro in Lamongan, out of 45 children that were 22 children with development problem. The impact, the risk factor for developmental problem must be identified so that intervention plan to facilitate child development can be specific. Factor the influence child development include poverty, chronic malnutrition, stunting, iron deficiency anemia, low birth weight, genetic, biology, psychosocial, infectious disease, diarrhea, parental education, parental work, parental income, social culture, and developmental stimulation. The impact is that if the child experiences developmental problem and does not immediately get intervention, the child will miss the opportunity to develop according to his age. In addition, it will also affect educational attainment, intelligence, school achievement, and ultimately will have an impact on children's productivity. Development problem, if not treated early, can cause permanent damage to child development. Developmental assessment can be carried out as early as possible to find irregularities in the child development so that prevention, stimulation, healing, and intervention can be given as early as possible according to clear indication. With early detection on developmental problem and early intervention in children, it will produce better developmental results. In this study, it is expected to know the distribution of residents for preschool children who have development problem. With the knowledge of developmental problem in preschool children, it is help the children can immediately get early intervention so that children can achieve development according to their age. Methods in the study, the design is descriptive which aim to determine the distribution of residents for preschool children who have developmental problem and undergo therapy at Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Hospital, East Java, Indonesia. The population in this study were children who underwent therapy and the medical rehabilitation clinic in January to November 2018. In this study is non-probability sampling, namely purposive sampling, so that the sample in this study were all preschool children undergoing therapy at the Hospital Medical Rehabilitation Clinic of Dr. Sugiri Lamongan, East Java, Indonesia in January to November 2018. As many as 227 children. The data obtained are secondary data from the hospital medical record of Dr. Sugiri Lamongan, East Java, Indonesia. Result results within Lamongan 42 and outside Lamongan district 1 atau 168 and outside Lamongan Regency 16. The character of the resident of preschool children who have development problem and undergoing therapy in the rehabilitation clinic of the Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Hospital of Indonesia are mostly from outside the Lamongan district and a small portion from outside the Lamongan Regency. And then discussion, the results showed that preschool children who had developmental problem and undergoing therapy at the rehabilitation clinic of Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Hospital Java, Indonesia mostly lived outside the Lamongan district or far from the rehabilitation clinic of Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Hospital Java, Indonesia. This shows that most of the distance between the child resident and the medical rehabilitation clinic of Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Java, Indonesia is around more than 5 kilometers, and if it is traveled by motorized way, it is about 20 to 30 minutes. Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Hospital Java, Indonesia is a government health service located in the middle of the city. Travel time to the hospital medical rehabilitation clinic Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Java, Indonesia will affect regularity in undergoing therapy. In addition, it will also affect exposure to information, especially relating to the development. Child development is cumulative, which will later become the foundation for further development. Child development is also multidimensional, which depend on each other, including person social, emotional, cognitive, motor, behavior, and nutritional status. Therefore, if the child has developmental problem, it must immediately get intervention in the form of therapy. To undergo therapy at a preschool children's hospital is very dependent of the role of parent or family. In preschool children who experience developmental problem in the area of Lamongan Java, Indonesia, it is found that most of the places where children live are far from the rehabilitation clinic of Dr. Sugiri Lamongan Hospital Java, Indonesia. So the role of parent is very important in the implementation of therapy. Because the implementation of therapy in preschool children depends on their parent. If the child's parents do not play a good role in taking the child to undergo therapy, the child will not get therapy and reduce the opportunity to achieve development according to the age. Because long distance, which requires a lot of time and money to be able to carry out therapy in children. Moreover, the implementation of floating therapy every week for an indefinite time until the child can achieve development according to age. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.